All right.
What's up, guys?
Wait, Pat's got to do his thing.
Do
I
it.
gotta do my.
Let's hit it.
Yep, do your thing.
Yeah.
Good morning, good evening,
Ain't going well. I'm
Depends on-
sorry. I'm sorry.
you drunk asshole.
Ready, set, go.
Good morning, good evening, or good riddance. Welcome to the Spire RIFFCAST, where we'll be discussing all things metal, non-metal, and every point in between. With this podcast, we hope to lift the veil on our world and metal music and dig into some topics we've wanted to share with all of you. Not going to happen tonight. This will be informal, so please take our content with a grain of salt and a sense of humor. Right now, you're listening to the RIFFCAST, episode 17. I'm guitarist Pat Young. And it's a sausage fest in my basement right now. We got more people coming too. We've got Jesse Peacemaker. We've got David Maximum Reid.
Why Max?
Because you say Max all the time.
Wicked maxed out, bro.
Wicked maxed out.
Wicked maxed out, bro.
1000%. Lawrence Chapone. Our buddy Matt Gerace, and soon to be my stepbrother Anthony, my cousin Zach Perkins, and Jason Bosco, photographer, Blue Lion Photo. He's coming in.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, so let's riff. I just want to start off with by saying that our campaign ended on February 26th, yesterday for us, not for you.
Which is why we're drunk.
So we're all drinking. I guess this is like a celebratory album campaign finishing. We're cheersing again. Hold up.
Thanks to all of you.
Cheers and
by the
structures
way.
are
Yeah, so thank you, everyone.
and to
for
Zach
being
Town,
for being
who couldn't
part
make
of
it here
this
tonight.
amazing thing we've got going on here.
Absolutely. So the campaign is it's gone, as we call it, in demand. That's what Indiegogo calls it. So the campaign ends, and because it succeeded, the campaign gets put into in demand, that category. So you can still order things from it. It's the same thing. It doesn't really change anything because we did succeed on the campaign. So I'll just give you guys the numbers really quick. Our campaign numbers. This is including our offline funds. So some people said, I don't know what a debit card is. It's 2016. I have no idea what you're talking about. Can I just pay separately? Or they don't want hackers to steal their shit. That's probably a better point. But we made $4,074, give or take a couple of bucks. That's what we made. So we pushed. So our goal was, yeah. That was not a sample applause.
Thank you, everybody. We can't thank you enough.
3? The
Yes.
goal was 3, right?
The goal was $3,000 in 30 days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
$3 whole. And so that percentage-wise, that means that we are 160 or 136, almost 136% funded for this project. So when Indiegogo, because a website, they're not just in it to help you out entirely. They do take fees. There are credit card transaction fees, PayPal. When people pay with PayPal, that also takes fees too. So you guys don't see that happening. We see those percentages being taken out. So with all of that taken out, that $4,074 becomes $3,784.15. So that's still incredible.
Wait a minute.
After all of that.
Incredible.
So after fees, you guys still did way better than what you were looking
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's-
So what that's going to cover, because
That's
we
awesome.
we didn't want to be overly
amazing.
ambitious with it.
Of course. Yeah.
$3,000 was still kind of not giving you the whole picture on how much things truly do cost, because and with the success of it, it's amazing. This is legitimizing the fact that we can get 1,000 CDs, we can get 100 hoodies, and we can get 100 shirts and the stickers and all that good stuff for you guys. But what this did help pay for was, if you want to break it down numerically, it's the hoodies, the cost of 100 hoodies paid for, the cost of 100 shirts paid for, and the roughly the cost of half the CDs paid for. So we're going to be hitting the road after this and playing 3 shows. We're in a good spot. It's looking nice. So thank you guys. We truly appreciate it. This is unbelievable. I was hoping that we would make $3,000. I was hoping.
You guys
and we exceeded that. So
Big time.
you guys are amazing. Whether or not whether you got a digital copy of our record or you just kept throwing your paychecks at us and becoming homeless to help our campaign out. I don't
Cheers
know.
to you guys.
I don't know how you guys are able to do
Cheers
that,
to
but
me.
it's
Well,
really nice.
Not in the band.
that you guys
All four
believe
of
us
us
that
are
much.
clinking
$50
glasses
for
right
shit.
now.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of cheers tonight. So thank
Again,
you.
one more time. Cheers to me, because I'm the guy that's not in the band, and I paid fucking $50 for all that shit.
So there you go. If you
cheers
guys
to you.
remember Dave Reid, he's a character from the Frig-cast episode. If you guys want to go back and look at that,
Speaking of the Frig-cast,
hilarious.
what a fucking segue, huh?
what a
Frig-cast.
segue! Yeah,
Let's do
Dave
it.
got.
Yeah.
Let's
Dave,
talk about
okay,
our Frig-cast.
I didn't describe it totally on there. I think I called your DiGiorno when we were down there.
I
But
don't have Di Serono this time.
yeah,
I have your good old Irish Jameson.
some JMO. But what you did though is you brought the end of the bar. So you brought 5 bottles of something that you were
I don't
trying to
know.
finish, and you finished all of them. And
I
then
picked my guts out.
yeah, and then then you said,
Which I don't
"Are we done with the podcast? Is it over?" Yeah, it's over. I'm gonna go puke now. And then you went and you puked your face
Video
off.
evidence of me making myself.
I don't know why I
Because
took
you
a
know
video. I was drunk too. I don't know why I took a video. But I was drinking Labatt Ice, dude.
We spent like a good 2 hours of you, me, and Zach, like this close, like just maybe 2 inches away from each other's faces, having very serious discussion that none of us remember because we were just hammered.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
I don't know. I
could
don't
be-
remember. I
could
must have
be
been
wrong.
hammered.
I
From
was
what I've
hammered,
heard,
but
it's pretty freaking accurate.
I guess
we
so.
spent
End-
hours
end
of
of
the
bar,
3 of us just
puking.
right in each other's faces, being like, "I love you. Your music is so good." Fucking.
So obviously, after being thankful for our campaign, we have a lot of important things to discuss with you guys.
Like me puking. Cool.
Like Dave's
That's
vomit.
great. Yeah.
But that's how we
all
podcast. So
seriousness, all seriousness,
this is serious.
the album's absolutely incredible.
Thank
It's
you.
Top notch. Absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah, go on.
I'll let me take
Please
over
go
for a minute,
on.
guys.
I will give you this
Um,
floor.
Being an outside perspective. So I told you guys this earlier, but yeah, I want to talk about this when I got here. So the reason I was here for the last time I did the podcast was because I was helping set up pre-production for the album.
Yeah.
Because you guys were going to do guitar work and you had a couple issues you wanted to figure out. So I was just here to maybe troubleshoot, which I did successfully. It was cool, but I had no idea. I had no idea how just unreal the album is. Just through the roof, incredible it is. And guy I don't know in the back is
That's Jay
violently
Bosco.
shaking his head. That is a yes.
Jay Bosco.
He's gonna
Welcome,
walk his
Jay
ass over
Bosco.
here. He's gonna shake my hand. I don't know him, but it's gonna happen.
This is Dave Reid.
Jason Bosco.
So am I right? The album's just insane, right? Yeah, unbelievable.
Very good friend of ours and very talented photographer.
I shared it on Facebook and I said that it's undeniably it's in the running for album of the year, and I don't mean that because I'm biased because you guys are my friends. I mean that because if you subjectively you step out and you listen to that album as just a random album that got put out this year, the other big albums that are in my mind for album of the year candidates are the New Textures.
New Adele.
No, that would never even crossed my mind.
Zach, make sure you edit
I
that
got
out,
it.
No
please.
offense to Adele. No offense to Adele.
I got it.
I didn't hear it.
All offense to
I bought
Adele.
it.
Zach, make sure you cut that
Singing
out. Thank you.
computer. I think Adele has
I love
talent.
you.
And whatever. Adele has talent. I don't know.
Oh,
Adele. Like.
Do we really want to get into this?
No, we
will
don't.
start.
No, we don't.
We
No, we
will
don't.
start a debate right
so
here.
okay.
No,
So
we're good.
no, we're done with
the,
that.
The fucking point that I'm making is that the big like 3 albums that I heard this year so far, because it's only February right now, the big 3 albums that I heard that made me absolutely shit myself because they're undeniably album of the year candidates are the New Textures, which I
Yes.
think is called Xenotype. The new Tesseract, which
Phenotype?
is it Phenotype?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Phenotype. I don't know. I'm hammered. It's one of those.
All right.
Something tight. Okay?
Okay.
The New Textures, which I'm like 99% sure it's called Polaris. And then
The new texture is phenotype or
Dude, it's
xenotype.
so good.
And then
So
Polaris is who?
Tesseract.
Tesseract.
Which
Okay.
if you haven't heard that, you've got to listen. It's unbelievable.
I like Tesseract.
Unbelievable,
I still
dude.
haven't heard that.
Has everybody heard Altered State?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The album's a masterpiece.
All right, what do you think about the new Symphony X? Let's start some shit.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up next.
Okay, hold on, hold on.
don't want to talk about it.
So Lawrence
What?
feels highly.
Fuck?
He's thinking highly
It's
of
one
it.
of their best albums.
Whoa!
Whoa! I'm right, and you can go fuck yourself.
Wait a
It's
second.
so good. It's so good. What?
Into that situation.
What is it based on, dude?
What is it based
Underworld was awesome.
Explain it.
It's based on
I need you
everything
to
else that
explain
they've
it.
ever put
I will
out.
I'm not
explain-
saying
I
you're
will
wrong.
explain
I'm
to
not
you.
saying
I-
you're wrong.
I
I
have-
just want to hear your reasoning because I loved it.
Okay. A lot of people in our circle of friends listen to Symphony X because I showed them Symphony X because I love Symphony X so much.
Let me
So-
interject by saying 100% me. I found out about Symphony X because over 10 years ago when we played the Battle Bands with you guys,
Yes.
you were wearing a Symphony X shirt, and I went,
You
who
got-
the
you're-
fuck is Symphony X?
You're
I
right.
looked them up, and they instantly have been my favorite band for 10 years.
So,
because of you.
here's-
Because of only you.
Here's my problem.
Lawrence
with
got
the
me into
brand
Symphony
new
X, too.
Symphony X album.
Absolutely.
Ready? It sounds like a formula. It sounds like a formula. It sounds like, oh, this should happen here, and then after that, this should happen here, and then after that, I should say the same exact word at the beginning of my chorus as I say at the second half of my chorus, and it should have that like articulate rhythmic chant through it. When Russell Allen used to say an entire paragraph of meaningful poetic lyrics within one or two sentences, he weaved an integrated metaphor within a couple of sentences, and now it's just what's it? I'm sorry, nevermore. Something,
Okay,
something,
okay.
something, something,
Okay.
nevermore. Going back to that fucking like
Your
that
fucking nightmare.
nevermore.
Listen to me.
Like what?
Sorry,
in
different
the
band.
actual fuck?
It's kind of a deep analysis. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
That's the adrenaline,
Okay,
Mom.
well,
very, very
Well,
deep analysis.
If you're not
No
gonna
one
say I'm
can
wrong,
no,
then I'm right.
No one can say that Adrenaline Mob didn't fuck with his shit. No one can tell me that Adrenaline Mob didn't fuck with Russell Allen's shit. But that was some of the best vocal performance-wise that he's ever had. No one
The
can tell me otherwise.
Odyssey.
I'm not
The
saying.
Odyssey.
Listen.
Dude, you took the thought right out of my brain.
My favorite Symphony X song
The
of all time is
Damnation
Awakenings.
Game.
I want to cover Awakenings. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Symphony X song of all time. It's
I do.
Awakenings. It's my favorite
I-
song. His vocals are unreal on that. But
Agreed.
his vocals on Underworld are incredible. I'm not saying lyrics. And nothing to do with lyrics. His performance.
So he
as
could
a
have read
vocalist
like
is
an instruction
insane.
manual,
There's so
and as
good.
long as he sang it,
And his
There's such a wide
his-
variety.
his
of
con-
some assembly required.
But the content is lame. You can hit the notes right, but if you're not saying anything,
That's true. This is true.
I don't know, man.
Paradise Lost.
Symphony
I
X.
still- I still
Symphony
love
X
that
is
album.
our generation. It's our.
absolutely
It's
love
our
Underworld.
Sabbath.
Lawrence, I'll give you
It's
that.
our
Same here.
Sabbath.
It's my Sabbath. That's why I'm.
So that's why
fucking
we
with
gotta
you.
hate on
It's my
anything they ever
absolute
try
Sabbath.
to do after the
Yeah.
album that we like.
Yeah.
What's
Duh.
your guys' favorite Symphony X album?
The
That's
Odyssey.
hard- That's hard to say. I think
Odyssey for
the
Pat.
I think the Odyssey is my
Odyssey
favorite.
for you.
No,
What do you got?
V.
What do you got? V.
The mythology.
Fuck
suite,
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Dude, oh my
V-
God.
V is my
That's
shit.
why
is my
we
favorite
put you
album.
guys next to each other on the podcast. So
V
you guys
is
can-
my favorite album by a
That's legit.
Slap
landslide.
thighs.
My favorite album.
I think
It's a masterpiece.
It's tough because the Odyssey like comes to mind instantly, but then when
Yeah.
you really think about it, like V, front to back is just a masterpiece.
Communion
V
and-
is one of those rare
Communion and
albums
the
where-
Oracle.
Communion
Oh my
and the
God.
Oracle was one of the best songs ever fucking written.
That's amazing.
That is just the way it is.
The end of the album.
We
like-
can just do a podcast
like
and promote
V-
Symphony
I love the
X the
album.
whole time.
V taught me.
Didn't start out promoting him.
No. V was like the album V was the last little tiny hair of info I needed to teach me about how to properly structure a progressive metal album. Like, everything I've learned over the past like 20 years of songwriting and being a musician, V is just as tight as it gets. It's as perfect as it gets, where you go like just all of the like all the composition techniques that you would use
Absolutely.
when writing a
Yeah.
full album to make it a
Absolutely.
masterpiece. V is it. Like not even
yeah,
Odyssey,
no.
dude. Not even Odyssey. I know that
I
the
like
song
Divine,
Odyssey
I like Divine
is.
Wings too. To me, that's my
Oh,
Odyssey
Divine
sequel.
Wings is
my
incredible.
God, Divine
That's
Wings
my
is
Odyssey
great.
sequel
God
right there.
damn.
Even though it
Divine
happened
Wings
first.
is incredible. Yes.
This conversation is
I could go on all day about
This is
Symphony X.
crazy.
It's my favorite band ever.
So if you're listening and you've never heard of Symphony X,
Then
you're
you're-
not
you're-
listening.
you're an
Actually,
idiot.
you've stopped listening.
You go listen to Symphony X. They're incredible. They're incredible.
At her feet lies the king and the rook. The knight, the king, and the rook, right? The
Oh.
knight, the king,
Oh,
and
yes,
the rook.
yes.
Yes.
Dream On.
That's Dream
Dream
On.
On, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He said
Oh,
five.
is that Aerosmith?
He
No,
used to say 5 words and
It's
tell
through the looking
a
glass. The
story.
best, it's the
But now it's just
That's
never more.
honestly, I always say that. I always say Awakenings is like up there is like my favorite Symphony X song. I think my favorite Symphony X song ever is Through the Looking Glass.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Absolutely.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's my fiance's favorite Symphony X song. Which,
Well, give her
by
this-
the way,
give
just
her
so you
that
guys
for me.
know, just in case anybody has any weird, like, why would you? But my fiance she loves Symphony X. It's one of her favorite bands. Star One is her other like favorite band.
Yeah,
Which if you
Star
guys-
One.
I love Star
Space
One.
metal.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
fucking kidding? That's so
Space
Or
metal.
Victims of a Modern Age.
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
yeah. What's the dude's name? Andre Lucassen, right? He does
no.
Arion, right?
Arjen Lucassen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Arjun.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not
But
sure.
when Russell
a genius.
when Russell Allen
fucking
was in
genius.
Star One,
That's Arion.
Well, that's how
Arion.
Well,
too.
that's how I found out about him was because Russell Allen was in Star One.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
oh
dude,
my
it's
god,
amazing.
dude, the
good.
Star One albums are incredible.
yeah,
It's so good.
Absolutely incredible.
that one the
Um,
one performance they had of Dawn of a Million Souls. I've watched that video
Oh,
a whole bunch of times,
it's-
and the
it's,
thing is that
it's
is absolutely
Live
incredible.
on Earth.
Yeah.
The live album they did with so many
Yes.
unreal.
Russell Allen just walks out there
He's
like
my favorite singer ever.
I-
No one tells me different. He's my favorite singer ever.
Yes,
Hands down, dude. Russell Allen. I just told it
absolutely.
again. You watched it. Yep.
Russell Allen's
I
one
become-
of the best vocalists in the world.
Yes, I agree with you. I become
Maybe the best vocalist in the world.
yes.
He's,
my
he's
my
really
three
high
toss-up.
class, dude.
my 3 favorite vocalists would have to be Russell Allen, Christian Alvestam, and and Christopher Riggs.
Christian Allen.
Christian for
Chris
Riggs.
Riggs, I don't know.
I don't
Chris
know if there's
Alvestam,
an
I
S at
do,
the
'cause
name
Scar Symmetry is
because-
one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Scar
Yes.
Symmetry.
And
Solution
Scar
Point
Symmetry is a
45.
band that reminds me a lot of you guys of the Spire stuff. Scar Symmetry, I definitely hear it.
All of
No,
us
no.
are.
It is
are-
Christopher
You got
Rigg, my bad.
Scar Symmetry or Spire is very unique. You guys have a lot of different sounds from different genres and different bands pulling to create what you
Well,
guys are. You know
Scar
what I mean?
Symmetry has definitely
But
influenced
Scar
us.
Symmetry is a big band that whenever
I mean, we've
there's
all listened to
always
Scar
sections
Symmetry.
of your guys' music that I hear and I go, man, that sounds a lot like Scar Symmetry.
They're-
Not because
they're-
I'm like
they're a-
thinking you're ripping them off, but
There's
Scar
actually-
They're a
Symmetry's
big-
influence.
I pronounce it kaleidoscope, not kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscopic guys.
Why do you gotta
That's
be
one of
like
my
that? He's
favorite
from
songs.
he's
One of
from
the best.
Sweden.
Fucking
Yeah.
Swedes.
One of my favorite
when he hits
solos.
that falsetto in the chorus.
How
Oh,
dare
no,
they
I'm talking
learn
about the
our
solo
language
songs.
in addition
From a
to their
guitarist
language?
They know
standpoint, when it hits
English
that-
better than we do. It's our
the
only
triplets,
language.
And oh my god, Per Nilsson, dude. Per Nilsson is one of the best guitarists in the world.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
He
I
joined
love
the
it.
Absence, and then we played with the
And
Absence,
then they
and
vanished.
he wasn't
Why
there.
did they vanish, dude? Why did the Absence absolutely disappear?
They
They're
didn't.
so good.
They still tour.
You don't get to tell me they didn't.
You don't get to tell me
wicked
that.
did.
I didn't know
They
there was a
so
hierarchy.
did. There is a
Of what
there
I
is
can
a
tell you.
hierarchy,
You're not
bro.
allowed to tell me that shit.
I tried so hard to make the Absence happen, and they just disappeared, dude. Per Nilsson joined the Absence, and minutes later they were gone. And
All
he's
right,
so
all right.
good.
So obviously we need to edit this podcast already.
Relax.
Say that again.
It's not a phone call.
He's on a phone call.
It's Cameron.
He took a phone call. It's Cameron. Okay, fuck
If
Cameron.
it wasn't Cameron, I wouldn't have taken the call. But he's on his way.
You know you're keeping all of this, right?
Let me guess. He's in the hospital for not having enough nutrients, being too skinny.
With a glorious beard.
Heyo.
Glorious
Well,
beard.
we need to wrap up this podcast. Party started.
We didn't really talk about anything.
You didn't talk about anything.
All right, we got to move this along. I'm gonna cut a huge chunk out of it, but we still
God
need
damn
good
it.
stuff.
We got people
We're
showing
too
up.
drunk. We got too drunk,
It's okay.
and then
Yeah,
we can hang with all these people who are hanging
Yeah,
out.
and
Let's
Pat-
talk about shit.
And
Let's
Pat
talk.
didn't hit the
Now
record
we have
button
an
for
audience,
51
too. Come
minutes.
on, let's do
We
it.
still
And we
look how
might
ghetto
have
this
some
is. Are
more
we still
than 2
recording?
hours. No.
All right,
no
cool, we're
way
good.
We didn't
It's-
mic cast over
it's-
2 hours.
If the red light is on, that means it's recording.
No,
Pat,
peak,
what's up?
peaking,
If the red light is
Peaking.
on.
I'll change the direction.
and it's already peaked.
So the Spire album is one of the best albums I've heard in years.
Nope. Adele.
fuck
I already
yourself.
said it.
Adele doesn't matter.
Pat,
Spire album
you're
is
getting
one of the
I
best
want-
album of how
I
I've heard
want
in
you
years.
dead.
Coming from an outside perspective on from somebody who had zero to do with the making of that album,
Even though you're credited.
that in a wicked stupid bullshit way. That's
most
one of the
legitimate,
best
sincere
albums.
way.
You
I've
told
heard
us to
in
do
years.
that.
I didn't
You
say
told us
I
to-
didn't tell you to do
You
it.
told us to credit
it's still
you.
fake. It's
All right, we're getting
stupid.
Italian
No,
here.
it's sincere
Okay.
as fuck, dude.
You told me. Credit the album
I
as
remember telling
David Maximum Reid. Thanks for nothing.
you that.
and
you
we
didn't
couldn't
say
On
do
the record,
that.
man.
it's
Come on,
pretty
dude.
offensive.
It is.
Exactly.
We switched it to dickweed. There's no group of people called the dickweeds that get pissed off when you say
Why
that
do you
stuff.
why do you focus on my credit on the album? I don't give a shit about being credited on the album. The point I'm trying to make is that the whole thing that matters right here is that the new Spire album's out and it's fucking incredible.
Minus that credit.
My credit has nothing to do with the quality of the album. My credit's just
look.
stupid.
No, it's not. It's not.
Afterthought.
It's
Your
not
credit-
stupid because you are an influence as a friend of the musicians. You did a lot to like help out our tone and talking to us. And fuck, you were fixing.
The only thing I did was
Yeah,
teach
let's
them
talk
how to
about
get.
that.
The only thing.
Let's talk
okay.
about that.
Would you
Okay, let's
take
talk
a
about
fucking
that.
compliment?
Let's talk about that real quick.
No,
This is my-
compliments are stupid.
this is
I've
my
never
last
done
point.
Anything worth anything.
This is my last point here. You're kind of a gearhead, and you've helped me out through a lot of binds. So I know it's boring shit, right?
No, it's
We were
okay.
talking-
It's okay. I like talking about this shit. It's okay.
All right, so
Let's get into it.
so Scriba, talk about it was the last Perpetual Burn show. Talk about the Scriba show.
Yup.
Oh shit.
That's a memorable night.
Yeah, the band I was in was the band I started over 10 years ago, Perpetual Burn. And you played with us for 2 years. And the last show we ever played, your guitar fucked up. And I had to completely reassemble your tremolo system on your guitar from scratch.
At the show, like
So-
At the
so
show,
from-
like, what, 2-3 hours before we went on stage?
Yeah, from my perspective, I just walk
Not
up to
cool.
I
Not
just
cool.
walk up to a picnic table and Pat's guitar is in pieces, spread like a fucking like when someone's like cleaning their gun, you just see pieces all over like
I had to.
no, I'm not
had
saying-
to completely
but that's what I
disassemble it, or it
walked
wasn't
up
gonna
on. I'm
happen.
like, you're playing, and so are we. Did Spire? No, it was just the Perpetual Burn show. That's right.
I forgot Cosmic Sea played that show.
That's
You guys were all there.
That's why
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
so
yeah.
Cosmic
You were
Sea
Cosmic
played
Sea
and
played,
then Perpetual.
yes, yeah. You guys were all there.
They'll-
That's real, dude. I swear to God.
Scriba.
I swear Cosmic Sea played. Or were they just all there?
He just showed up
Yeah, no, I
with
was
a bunch
there.
of people.
The other guys were there though.
Don't get it
They were
twisted,
there.
Did Cosmic Sea not play?
I
Cosmic
don't
Sea
think
did
we
not
played
play.
it, though.
Okay.
But we were there. It was during the
Cosmic Sea
time.
did not play that show.
well,
Glass
I
Skeleton
believe you
did.
over me. Glass Skeleton. Okay.
I'm drinking beer, not whiskey. That's
You're
why.
drunk.
Dude, remember the fucking
Yeah, why?
wicked hammer
made
mix
it.
that was on stage dancing for like
Did you?
5 bands?
Yeah.
But
And
give me,
the second,
give
the
me it.
band right before us was like, "Get this bitch off stage." What is she doing? And we were
Yeah.
like, "Thank God we don't have to do it." Just
Some gear you can't fix. That's my segue. Go back to talking about gear.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And then you fixed my Schecter Omen.
Yeah.
What's my spare guitar?
Well, you told me like 2 bands before we went on that your guitar just didn't. It was done. It was powder.
And I'm talking about, and we were successful with that. But
Yeah,
in
we gotta
addition,
work
that
it.
was my Hellraiser. In addition to that, you fixed and you put new pickups in my Schecter Omen.
Oh yeah, okay. I did a rewired job on your.
You're
backup
you're
Schecter
insane,
Omen.
dude. You're insane. You.
Why? What about?
And I
it?
was like, "What's going?" Like,
Whatever.
I'm surprised you got it to work. I actually took it to a shop, and the guy didn't know what to do. And he's
It
like,
just needed
and you
to
were
be
like,
wired.
"Yeah, dude, it was wicked
It was
wrecked."
bad. It was terrible, but it just needed new wiring. You're like, whatever. Fuck that guy. Don't take it to that guy anymore.
And then Lawrence's bass. This is the story with his bass for the album
Yeah. What's
where we were going. Yeah.
So right before we record our full-length album,
Okay.
we won a free guitar setup, quote unquote, the word setup,
Yeah, what the
which
fuck is that?
which most people don't mean, but I guess that means that they set the bass or guitar exactly how they think it should be set up. So
Which is useless.
so I go right before I record the record. I've been practicing this record for months, and all of a sudden, I go to track.
I tested it out though, and I said it should be fine. They were very like, "Is this
Yeah.
okay?" I'm like, "Duh. Cool."
Let me say real quick.
That was it.
I have some questions I want to ask you guys about the record after.
No one can hear you.
I have questions I want to ask you about the record after, but continue.
All right. So right before we
Also,
record this
fuck
record,
you, Pat. But real quick. yeah,
my
continue.
bass gets a free
I don't care.
setup because we won a competition at a show.
Okay.
Right? We'll keep it that vague. And so we got a free guitar setup, and I bring my bass in there because before the record I need a new set of strings because I'm not a guitar player, I'm a bass player, which means my strings don't cost $10. They cost like 30 or
65
40.
or whatever. Yeah.
And because the economy is fucking shit. So I
Yes,
get
it
a free
is.
pair of strings, but a setup of my guitar, so my bass, my intonation is completely different. And
Intonation is what?
intonation is how close the strings are to your fretboard and your frets. Pretty much, it's the tiny little space there. So all of a sudden, my strings are buzzing, and they're up against the fretboard, and these tiny little nuances are happening, like string noise. Like if you go from one string to a few strings over, that tiny little minuscule rattle or whatever, like really comes out when you're looking at material under a microscope. So all of a sudden, on top of just the band being as precise as it is, I'm getting all these kind of little rattles. And
that's not good.
it was pretty frustrating, and I personally wasn't, like, on a personal level, aside from the band, I didn't, like, enjoy playing my instrument anymore. It was just kind of clanky and rattly, and I kind of hated it. So,
That fucking sucks,
But we were on
dude.
that kind of
yeah, we were on that
crunch.
timeline,
For
and
sure,
we
for
had
sure.
to do it. So
Yeah,
I got
we had to get an album done.
I got half the album done with
Wait a minute.
with a completely different intonation in which I'm used to. And then the
So-
second half of the album, AJ Peach, he comes
Glass
over
Skeleton.
to my place.
Yeah.
Yes,
Glass
Glass
AJ of
Skeleton.
Glass
He
Skeleton.
is, he is the
For sure.
man.
Bass
I
Glass
love him to death. So he comes over to my house.
AJ's ridiculous. Yeah.
And he just like takes my bass for a second. He just like fucking throws an Allen wrench on it and squeezes it a few times with his lovely ginger balls. And all of a sudden,
6'8".
it sounds beautiful again.
No
It
less.
feels right. And then Pat absolutely probably shit a golden brick, even though I warned him beforehand. I'm just like, I'm gonna have AJ fix my bass because
We were at a
It's not
party,
right.
and he's like, "I fixed it."
yeah, he's like comes,
Halfway through the record.
he comes down,
That's
he
not
fixed
good.
it, and we tell him that he fixed the bass, and Pat's just like, you know, whoa. And the look in Pat's eyes in those seconds, I told him that the bass was fine tuned to the way that I'm more used to playing it. That was quite priceless. But because of compression and mixing and mastering and everything like that, you really don't hear that. You can't.
The
you-
bass sounds unbelievable on the album.
I'm very, very happy
does.
with it.
It's
Yeah.
so good. dude.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
so
Very
good.
good.
Jamie did a really good
Jamie
job.
King did a fantastic
Jamie
job,
King-
which is a big
Oh.
deal coming from a bass player who's tried to have a
Very,
unique
very
sound
proud,
for
by
a
the way,
yeah.
to have worked with Jamie King.
You motherfuckers, dude.
That happened.
You could too. Just put your mind to it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Let's go fuck yourself.
Anything else from you, Matt Joyce? Wait, what?
All right, we got a whole party here waiting to party.
Yeah,
I'm done.
we gotta stop this
I'm
shit.
done bullshitting into a microphone. I love you guys, but let's
Look,
let's hang out.
the record is out now.
The new Spire album's out.
It's
fucking
available.
ridiculous.
It's available now. We'll have physical copies by this coming week.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, because I fucking want one. I paid for one.
That as well
would like
as
a
well as
physical copy.
t-shirts and hoodies.
I like all those too. I paid for all those.
Check it out. Really, this stuff is amazing. If I can say so myself.
Yeah, we're excited. It's great merch. It's all new, in support of the album.
Things are
So
looking beautiful. Thank you, Zach, so much for all your efforts and all
Yes.
the artwork, every theme and
Zach
scheme.
Town, our guitar player, did a great job.
Great job. Great
Everything looks
Everything looks
beautiful.
amazing,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Cool. So yeah, and actually, one of our merch items, our hoodies. On the back, it says it's kind of an homage to New York State and how it's always cold. And we have a track on the record called "It's Always Cold Up Here." So we're actually gonna play
Which is a
track.
killer song, by the way.
We're gonna play that track on the podcast when this is done. So some show updates. Saturday, March 5th.
Wicked cool song.
Saturday, March 5th at the Flashback Lounge in Watertown. We're playing with Alice the Fallen, Stone Thrower, and The Illusion of Burning Stars. Yeah. Saturday, March 19th at the Lost Horizon. This is our official physical album release. Official. In Syracuse. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. With I have to say Jesse because people are going to think Exhibit is on this podcast at the end. With Ebony Sorrow, Infernal Thorn, Stone Thrower again, and Nil Existence. So that's going to be a heavy show. Saturday, March 26th, we are at the Parish Public House in Albany with Autumn Shroud, Straight Through Sanity, and Glass Skeleton Death March.
Straight through sanity. Really?
That's the RIFFCAST. Questions or comments, please email us at spirenymetal@gmail.com. For bonus material from these conversations and more updates on what we have going on, you can join our mailing list by going to spire.fanbridge.com. And we're going to play a track from the new record. So here's It's Always Cold Up Here. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the show. God,
you
I'm
guys.
drunk.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Peace.
Peace.
Fucking up the last line.
All I was gonna say was shout out.
I'm not even
to
that
Aaron
drunk. I'm just
for Straight
stupid.
Through Sanity.
Play the song,
Aaron Holland.
Play
He's
the
awesome.
fucking song, man.
I'm supposed to. I'm not gonna play the song through my computer for them to hear on.
No, fuck that.
Play it anyway, man.